Marriage is built on a foundation of love, trust, and commitment.
I love you. You complete me.
But sometimes it's easier said than done. The true test of any committed relationship is having the ability to overcome difficulties. So how do you do it? And what if you feel it can't be fixed? We'll give you advice from both men and women, and we'll talk about why one man says cheating actually saved his marriage. That's now on Great Day. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Great Day. It's all about committed relationships today. If you're so committed, then why do we still have problems? Are you not working at it hard enough? Did he or she change? Or could it be that you just shouldn't be with that person? We have a panel of experts here to help us figure it all out. Please welcome psychotherapist Angelina Rodriguez. Group range that you talked about, that 3 to 7, a lot of us underestimate that and think we start dealing with our kids on important issues like that as teenagers and adults. No, the earlier years.
Absolutely not. You're right. Children are like sponges. So they will basically pick up everything, whether you're doing it consciously or not, and that's why I really work with parents that really focus on how to behave in front of my child, how do we argue. It's important that you do argue and you're real, because we are people that have issues, and you know we are able to work things out.
Yeah.
But
you mentioned argue.
Yeah.
How many of you have had arguments and you argued and at the end of the argument nothing got done? Nothing got done.
Yeah, what I saw there was a lot of keeping score.
Yes.
So when you start to get into those kind of relationships, then you're going to have a lot of friction. And I always think that it's best to go with appreciations and state the things that you appreciate about your partner.
Yeah.
And do that in a loving way, because we're really quick to note the things you do wrong. But what about the things you're doing great in a relationship?
Yeah.
So those are key to creating the foundation of a relationship.
Oh, the other thing too is that if you have to hide something that you've purchased, that says that there's some kind of problem. I remember my mom, she would go shopping and she would put her stuff in the trunk of the car, and then she's like, "Is your dad in the shower yet?" And she'd run down and she'd throw it in the closet, and you know, after them being married, what, 60 years now, my dad's like, "I never cared. I don't care." But
But
we,
for some reason,
put that
for
guilt
some
on
reason
ourselves.
she felt she did. And so anytime we have secrets from our partner, we're definitely not having intimacy. And a lot of people confuse intimacy with sex. Intimacy is basically being able to trust and say what your fears are, what you're worried about, and what your dreams are.
Yeah, and we're going to get to a whole segment on that in a minute.
Communication's key. Sometimes it's not a good time to do it. Maybe it's too emotional for you.
Maybe it's triggering. A great point.
Yeah,
you went to the room.
Maybe it's triggering something from your past.
Yeah.
So it's a good time to say to your partner, you know what, I'm not able to talk to you about this right now, but let's talk about it in a couple of hours. Give me some time to regroup, and then basically work it out. All right,
we're going to continue this conversation when we come back. Up next, one of the biggest arguments between a couple is money, as we touched on earlier. So how do you balance those issues in your marriage after the break?